Okay, let's see what the big man is about to say. All right, if you guys want to check it out, go see what I'm looking at. It's up here and everything else. If anyone wants to check what's going on, I really appreciate all the likes. If you guys could share it into your bro, did you check your Spotify Wrapped? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Let's see what's happening on the live. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get some people to like, shout, bell, icon, comment. Let's get this thing going aggressively, if you guys don't terribly mind. Uh, bro, you ain't got Spotify? Yeah, I got Spotify. Yeah, I got Spotify. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm confused with what you're asking me. One second. I'm just trying to sort all those stuff out. You have absolutely no idea the amount of insanity that I've been going through today. No joke, like actual insanity I've been going through today. Let's just say those, all right, those that are in the pro group are gonna be very happy. I think that's good. Why is this not working? Is today the day you want to, like, honestly work? Is it an annual personalized summary of the activities that Spotify offers? Sorry? What's good, Alvarez? Good, man. Just busy like crazy at the moment. I can't actually explain to you. I have, and I no joke for everyone that's interested. I have 15 projects at the moment that are looking to get going, which is wild. Of all the things to not work, right? Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Do I have to do that? Is that what I have to do? Is that why you're not working? Is that why you're not working, Brev? Did I just figure it out? Are you messing around with me? Can someone type in the chat? Does that work now? No. Yes, it works. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I have no joke, literally 15 projects going on. It's literally 15 projects, 15 people, projects that are going to be all going to be dropped into the pro group. People are going to be people are going to be happy. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I will say to what's going to be happening. It is insanity at the moment. What's going on? So that's what I'm trying to deal with. All right. Okay. Let's see what is happening. Let me try and bring this stream up. And let's see what's going on with the Trump Meister C. Is he out yet? Does anyone know if he's out or not? Let me see. Trump's speech. Let's see. Trump speech live. Live? Okay, here we go. Is this it? 13K watching. Is it started? Oh, God, I need to get this.
The White House. He made a big announcement on the Trump accounts yesterday, and we'll cover some of that in case you missed it after a quick commercial break for
Broadcasting Network is. Oh God, it's one of those streams. Orange waffle time. No. This is a big speech apparently, supposedly, maybe. Who knows? Is there a better place we can watch this? One second. It's one of those waffle streams. Thanks, man. Lamar, you from Los Santos or whatever it's called. Wait, why? Can someone put wait, where is the oh, Associated Press. That's a good one. That usually doesn't have okay, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing of the White House. One second, I want to check something out. Um uh um Uh, okay. How do I do this? How do you... Is anything going on? No, nothing's going on. All right, okay, cool. I just want to check something out, guys. One second. Uh, how do you... Do you guys know how to add a token on... tell me, I'll tell you. Do you guys know how to add a token on the MetaMask wallet on the desktop? Does everyone know how to do that? Why can't I add something here? Does anyone know how to do that? Why can't I see this? Does anyone know how to add a token on the MetaMask desktop? Because I'm losing my mind here. Someone, please help me. Uh, 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 uh. Right. Okay, cool. Now, hey guys, hello Peachy, hello everyone that's here. Let's get the likes and let's, if we could by any chance, I mean, like, I don't want to ask too much of you guys, but like I'm actually asking you guys, can you guys retweet my live, please? I would be very much appreciated if you could do that, so we can get a lot more people in here. That would be absolutely amazing if we could do that. Wouldn't that be wild? Let me unpin this. Let me pin this bad boy. There we go. If we could get some retweets on that, there goes. When will it go bulltastic? We're gonna pull back now. We'll see. We'll see right now what's gonna be happening, because it's gonna be a interesting day. At this current moment, if we look at the charts, we're looking sketchy, right? We're in a bit of a sketch vibe here. So let's see what happens. I still think that we could, this thing could go and test, test on the weekly, especially around the sort of the 98 level area. It could definitely be around there. That's definitely could be brought in. How do I? I'm missing something. How do I? Is it edit portfolio? No, that's not how you do it. How do I? Aha, no, not custom. How do I add a? One second. I got an idea. Is this how you do it? Sorry, I know I'm having an absolutely riveting live at this present moment, but I'm just trying to understand something. One second. One second. Why can't I? One second. If it rejects the 97.98, down we go. I'm betting. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, like, look, I still wholeheartedly think that it's gonna come and try and test this area here, but let's see what happens. He's late, right? There's nothing that's come out yet. It's just showing the White House at this present moment. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Put this into a smaller thing here, and we will see when things. Is the sound on? Yes, the sound is on. You can see my face at the top. I want to send you a message about the pro group on Ethereum, but it says I'm restricted from sending any means. Oh, it means that you're just you don't have to send it to send it into the Learn by Alvarez, and then I will now look, a lot of people are going to be contacting you, right? I will give a code, and it will we'll go from there. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. If you want to go in that way, if you can't message, it means that you're in TG jail, unfortunately. Am I missing something? Why can't I add? Oh, God. I'll see some people do my head in. Second. I want to check something out. There's something going on right now, and I'm trying to ascertain what's happening. Yeah, so I still believe that we're going to be going here, but there's still a lot of issues that's happening at this present moment. Oh, I see some people are really not clever. What I was going to say is this, man, there are some insane things that have been going on today. Honestly, I've been 15 projects. My brain is melted. I can't actually explain to you. I am full port, every sense of the word, melted. And I'm trying to understand. Open service. How do you? Can someone explain something to me? Do you know how you add a? Or does it automatically come up? Anyway, whatever. That'll happen one way or another. Use your words. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was thinking of using sign language, but that didn't work. Now I was just trying to add a token. You know, you add the token on MetaMask. It doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Right now, look, where we're sitting right now is here. We have to be very, very careful right now, though. Right, we're on complete edge. New USDT is not really being bought at this present moment. Although whales have stopped selling, there are cues for people to believe and are believing that this rate cut is going to be pumping this market. But I am somewhat worried as the Japanese interest rates are continuously rising. So a rate cut into a rate hike will most probably cause a pump and an aggressive dump down. And I think at that moment I will be doing some silly things with the money that I have. Absolutely silly things. Let's see. We're almost at a point where we should be getting into some really interesting places right now. I'm going from there. 1 second. What's happening right now? Just gonna check something. Bum, bum, bum. One sec. What are you going to be doing that city? Buying a gargantuan amount of everything. We're gonna be in a very interesting place right now. What's new about what's new quantum play I don't know what that is. 1 second. I'm gonna check something. I love how everyone is anticipating this play. But I'm just thinking that there is a I'm just worried that there is a too much emphasis put onto this, and I'm in this sort of scenario where I would be very worried about what's going to be happening today. It would be crazy to trade at this present moment, like genuinely, like full blown. You would be nuts to do something on that level. 1 second. Cool. We are in a trade right now. Should we? I cannot tell you that. Not in the no way can I tell that to you. What's his live Trump about? Apparently he's gonna be doing some big announcement today, which will probably be about how amazing his life is at this present moment. About how many billions and trillions and trillions and billions he's gonna be playing around with. So I don't know, to be honest. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna be happening? Bum, ba, bum, ba. Fucking hell, 1 second. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? What's your thought? I want to send you a okay. All right, there's more messages down here. I'm not seeing it. These announcements are always about nothing like said in the National Dog Shelter. They have done a great job, etc. Pro groups on fire. Yeah. It's good when the calls come in. They're really strong calls. I know, man. Let's just say there's one thing that's launched at this present moment, and it's a stealth launch. No one actually knows. I'm gonna be giving it into to various groups in my so the whale and then the pro groups now. It's gonna be one to watch. That's for sure. Ay. So what do you guys think? Up or down? What stealth launched? Yeah, pro group. It's gonna be put into the pro group. There's 15 projects, and I'm not joking. 15 projects that's gonna be coming into that group. 3 of which, one I already gave. And all of them slept on. I was like, look, don't ape into it, but like, you know, this is a project I'm working with, and I gave it to them at, what was it, 500,000? Yeah, 500,000 market cap. Where is it right now? I'm just curious. Yeah, the Telegram one. I can't say it. It's only for the people in there. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair with it. But I'll tell you which one it is. Where is this? Yo, it's at 6 million. Okay, no, 3.5 mil. All right, it's at 3.5 mil now. It's all right. It's not bad. That would be a 7, 6.5x, 6.5. And I don't know if I can reveal it yet. I don't know if I can reveal it yet. But I'm gonna say, because the thing is, right, where everything is gonna be coming to us. Calvin gave to us already. Gave to us. Calvin, who gave it to you? Who are you talking about? So what was I gonna say? I know 2 guys are going to be calling it tomorrow. It looks like, and it should do some stupid things to that coin. That's all I'm gonna say. You know how I know it? Because it took me 3 days. 3 days to get him. 3 days of full blown diva access I went through. By the way, if anyone who doesn't know me or wants to know who I am, I actually have a marketing agency in Web3, so I have access to a whole bunch of people and all this kind of stuff. So, and my agency is working with 15 projects at this present moment. 2 of them are going to be Chainlink projects, just so you understand, from the guys who created Chainlink, just so you know what I'm talking about. Should be good. We'll see. Anything else? Any other questions, guys? What's happening? Oh, let me look at here. Billions and billions. Millions and billions and quadrillions. If good news down, if bad news down. I don't know. Love, let's let one live one. Wow, that's a Hey, Riz, love, let's live one more day with opium. Yeah, I think, look, I just want to say this, right? I want to explain it to everyone here. There's no need to live in hopium. Hopium is not needed if you add time into that equation. If you add a factor of time into that equation, then hopium is not needed in any sense of the word. I'm going to make America gajillions of dollars. I can hear it now. Yeah. Bajillions and gajillions and bajillions. Did you know that I am the best person ever created? Time is all I have. Miss Stardust, that sounds really... Oh my god, that sounds like... You okay? You good? What is happening here? Right. If this guy will ever come out, which you guys you guys are one of those situations, right? Where everyone was like, come on, let's go. Is like live has to start, this, that, and the other. And he's like, the speech is at 7:30 and no speech happened at 7:30. Anyway, let's go through some things. All right. Okay, let's look at some stuff. Which guy? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, which guy? I don't join the pro group. You just here. Look, I'll show you. I do every. Where did my? Wait, where did the? It's really easy. You just go to the in the description of the on the tube. You just go to more links and you go to my link tree and you go into Learn by Alvarez and ask there. I will not message you though. This is the thing, right? I want everyone to really be careful of what's going on. As soon as you message in there, there'll be 100 Alvarez's trying to contact you. You message me. When you go to Learn My Alvarez, you message me and you message me only. That's it. That's the key fundamental thing to look at. By the way, did any of you guys look into the Stargate aspect? Do you guys look into Stargate? Did you guys see and did you allocate your staking rewards to a node? Did any of you guys do any of this? The Hayabusa update is here on VeChain. First step is this. So a part of the Hayabusa 1 second, let me just make sure of something. Where are you, my friend? 1 second. Oh yeah, let me do this. Part of the Hayabusa update is a complete overhaul of the complete network. So what you were doing is, if you're going to be staking this thing, and to be honest, at this present level and prices, and if you're looking to hold this for a long term, you're looking at, I mean, like, look at these, just so you understand, when you pick the right node and validator, because what you have to do now is you have to be active. You have to put your NFTs and your staked NFTs and attach them to a validator. And that validator is going to be determining how much of a return you're going to be getting. And if you see the current is this. Can you see that? I can't say it just in case, you know, there's issues. But the current is at 10. So if you guys aren't doing this and you've already staked it and this and the other, it's really easy to do. You just have to make sure that you go and collect the VWorld wallet, right? You just go here. Mine is sitting on the queue. I think it's because a lot of people are trying to do it at the same time. Well, one of the main guys in VeChain is actually be coming onto our live, so we can go from there. So you just go here, you go to the VWorld wallet, and then once you go there, you click onto the VeChain. And then there you will see what you need to do and what I would highly recommend. Look, these are the moments I always say that you need to look when a chain of this magnitude is doing something, and if it's doing something to really change the game and change everything, you need to be there early rather than later. And if you have conviction in the chain and you have a conviction in where this is going, check this out. It's a really, really interesting thing to do. All you do is connect your VWorld, and then you select a NFT depending on how much you want to stake, and then you pick your validator. You can get up to like 10. It's crazy, the returns, especially if we get into a point where if your understanding on this project is over a year or 2 years, it's the perfect thing to do in my humble opinion. You should definitely check it out. And all the links are in well, you know where the links are. So check those out as well. All right. Any news on this guy? No, nothing. Of course, he's probably taking a leak or trying to understand how to say billions again. Trump expected to announce soft fuel economy standards, right? I don't know. Knowing him, he would most probably go on a tangent in such a way that you probably won't know what's going on. This is the thing. That's the thing I will say about all that. I'm just going on. What are you guys talking in the pro chat group? What's this? Riffs. You guys just be careful with that, man. There's another one I'm gonna be putting in there as well, right? By the way, if you want to check it out, it's Riffs is a project, right? There's a lot of hype around that at the moment. The guy who created it is part of the Chainlink team. No, please, I don't want to hear him utter one word. He tanks it. I know, but it's full PTSD. Just sitting there going, bruh, bruh. Good. One second. Yeah. There's another one that's just stealth launched as well. Can we have your unhumble opinion about what? Tell me. I'll give you my unhumble opinion if I can. What would be the unhumble opinion you're talking about? One second. Ba, 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 ba. I wonder. I wonder something. Would that make it different? Eight, 802. One second, I'm just checking out something. Cool. Right. I also just listed uphold. Cool. Nice. I will only really give a level of conviction, and I want everyone to be very careful about this, right? When I say things, when I talk about certain things, to make sure that there is a we guys need to understand this. Everything that is said is not me saying that you should go into it. It's not me saying there's anything that's being played. What's this? My God, you guys are hilarious. You don't think about it when I tell you about it. When it's up here. You guys say delete. I didn't delete nothing. It's up here. I gave it to you guys before everyone else. Honestly. Oh my God. Let me show you where I put it. Sorry, this is just a chat in the well group where everyone's just sitting there. Hey, wait, no one gave me nothing. Nothing was ever told. One second. I'll show you where I put it. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Here. It was here. There you go. Reply. Here. Deleted my rear end. Jesus. Honestly. No one gave us anything. No, that didn't happen. Yeah, it did. It did. All right. You happy? You guys happy now? Huh? Making me out to be some sort of... It's saying that, hey, you guys disappeared. Vecna. Isn't Vecna the... Whoa, wait. What's going on? The last time somebody tanked it, I was driving, and the person was Pow. Cancel all while driving on the way. It's a good little heart pumping moment, man. You put on the loud music, disco it out on the street. What do you mean? Mr. Watson, Vecna. I'm confused about what do you mean by that? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. 1 second. Okay, cool. You guys are just hilarious. Instantly, someone just like, no. What are you talking about? Nothing was given to us. What are you talking about? It's here. Yeah, but that was like ages ago. But that was like, that doesn't count. FA0. 1 second. FA. All right. How? 1 second. How on earth? One second. I want to see something. Anyway, I'll have a look at something. UK crowns crypto as property. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. I mean, look, to be honest, to be humbly honest, UK really has to start doing something, especially if you have someone like what's it called? Especially if you have someone what's this? 1 second. Let me 1 second. I want to do something. Someone like Nigel Farage, sitting there, saying that he's gonna do all this stuff, for cryptocurrency, and part of the reason why Donald Trump actually won. 1 second, I need to do something here. You know, this is how much I care about you guys. I'm in the middle of literally 50 projects that are messaging me, and I'm trying to deal with this crap at the same time. It's been a minute. I'm gonna say something. Today has been a minute. And the thing is, this is the thing that I want everyone to understand. There isn't gonna be anyone. And I don't usually do it, but I want to preface everything I say with the fact that anything that happens, okay, please work. I beg you. Okay, that goes there. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm trying to pay what would be an actual lifetime salary to someone. An actual lifetime salary to someone to do one freaking tweet. There we go. Do you guys want to know how much I sent someone just now? Does anyone want to know how much that is? Should we have a little bit of fun? Should we have a bit of a moment where you're sitting with an actual person that there you go. There's actually deals with projects on this level. Do you guys want to have an insight onto the insanity to the insanity of okay, it's launched. Cool. All right. All right, you guys want to know what the project is? Actually, I'm going to put it into the well in the pro group. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Let me just do some stuff. 1 second. Have BNB ready, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm going to say it this way. Please, I beg everyone to understand, and anyone who's in these two groups, right? Play at your own risk. Is that fair? Play at your own risk. Do not come to me afterwards and say silly things, all right? I want everyone to really understand. I'm going to give the Wells like 10 minutes before you do that. Incoming, no, it doesn't work that way. Oh. Wait, we got sounds. Ah! All right, let's go. Everyone's super excited. What's happened? Wait, why is that so small? There's my man. There's my man.
Hello.
Lex, that's not how I roll, man. Honestly, you'll get you'll get
Cafe standards. Big deal.
Just have to be
very
quick. That's all.
Today, my administration is taking historic action to lower costs for American consumers, protect American auto jobs, and make buying a car much more affordable for countless American families and also safer. We're officially terminating Joe Biden's ridiculously burdensome, horrible, actually, cafe standards that imposed expensive restrictions and all sorts of problems, gave all sorts of problems to automakers. And we're not only talking about here, we're talking about outside of our country, because nobody could do it. Nobody wanted to do it, and it was ridiculous. Very
expensive. Has anyone noticed how big the words are on that paper?
It put tremendous upward pressure on car prices, combined with the insane electric vehicle mandate.
Has anyone seen how big the words are on that?
Regulations helped cause the price of cars to soar more than 25%. And in one case, they went up 18% in 1 year.
Also,
today we're taking one more step to kill the Green New Scam. It's part of the greatest.
Is he looking more orange lately, or like? I mean, is his orange not?
The greatest scam.
It looks like it's a bit off.
American history, the Green New Scam.
Cosmic Sans font.
It's a quest to end the gasoline-powered car. This is what they wanted to do, even though we have more gasoline than any other country by far. And people want the gasoline car. They want everything. They want electric. They want any.
I mean, it's
exceptionally well funded. But they do want the gasoline car.
That's why he was like, I can't.
It's leading away by a lot.
Bigger.
The car business is a very interesting business, but we want to keep it that way. I want to thank Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, Deputy Transportation Secretary
He's looking
Stephen
a bit rough.
Bradbury,
What's with his hair, man?
As well as CEO of Ford, Jim Farley.
That's why I was like, I can't read this. Make it bigger now.
Hey, Jim, congratulations. You're doing a great
Although
job.
he's 80, so I'm not surprised.
CEO
It's
of
good for his
Stellantis,
age.
Antonio Filosa. Thank you very much, Antonio. Chairman of the National Automobile Dealers Association, Tom Castrida.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Tom. Great to have you. And manager of General Motors.
He's a reflection
Orient
from the
Plant,
side, ladies.
John Urbanek.
Yes, sir.
That's so true.
Great to have you guys here. And you're going to say a few words in a minute about how ridiculous
I
this
do
was,
like.
but
I do like. I
we've
bet
just freed
you. They're
up.
like, "What's the dress code?"
So
They were like,
you're going to have a good day.
work,
You're gonna have a
formal,
good number of years.
like,
Thanks as
you
well
know,
to Senator Shelley Moore Capito, Ted
gray,
Cruz, Kevin Kramer,
black.
Marsha
That's what we
Blackburn,
want. And she was like, "Nah,
Eric
bruh."
Schmidt and Bernie Marino, as
I'm
well
wearing
as
red.
Representative Sam Graves, Vern Buchanan, Mike
Yeah,
Kelly,
but he's yelling at some
Roger
folks,
Williams,
definitely.
Lisa McLean, and Troy Balderson.
He's like
all great
128
people. These are great
years
people.
old.
And
Why?
I know there's a lot of
Boys
support
were out.
among
Yeah, I
the other
mean,
people that are here. We had
He's
tremendous support.
incredible
on
for
this.
what he can do over
From
a
day
certain
one,
period of
I've
time.
been
That's for
taking
sure.
action to make buying a car more affordable. I signed an executive order to end the unfair, expensive electric vehicle mandate. As you know, we had to have an electric car within a very short period of time, even though there was no way of charging them and lots of other things. It would have cost $5 trillion to build a charging plant.
$1
And as you know, in certain parts of the Midwest, they spent, to build 9 chargers, they spent $8 billion. So that wasn't working out too well. That was done before me, by the way. I wouldn't have let it go forward. We're canceling the EPA's absurd tailpipe emission standards, one of the most important things that I've never had a group of people come to me more powerfully and really just devastated that they had to do it. It was killing them than the automobile manufacturers, the tailpipe emission standards. And I can tell you, your people at Ford were coming to me all the time, and they were saying, like, please, it doesn't do anything, and it's killing us. And it's driving the cost through the roof. And we revoked Biden's emissions waiver for California so that California communists could not regulate the automobile industry and ruin the entire nation of automobiles. And they were doing that too. But we have that now under control also with your governor, who's got much more than he can control. Now, under the new rules being issued today by Secretary Duffy, the Department of Transportation will rescind
he adds a bit
the
of a
Biden
spin
fuel
to what he's saying.
economy prices. And I hate to say that because they were really not economy. They were really, they were anti-economy. They were horrible what they were doing to the costs and actually making the car much worse.
Anti-economy.
But these policies forced automakers to build cars using expensive technologies that drove up costs, drove up prices, and made the car much worse.
Yeah.
The action is expected to save the typical consumer at least $1,000 off the price of a new car, and we think substantially more than that. Under the Trump administration, $70 billion are now being invested in the American auto industry. Ford has announced it will invest $5 billion across its Kentucky and Michigan plants. Is that a correct statement?
That's right.
That's a lot, $5 billion. You could do more. Creating at least 4,000 new jobs. Stellantis announced it will invest $13 billion to expand its U.S.
kissing that the guys behind
by
them
more
do
than
is hilarious.
50% and open new manufacturing facilities across the country. And I think a big part of that is also the tariffs. Because of tariffs, they're coming in. Not only the automobile industry, AI, we're leading China in AI, we're leading everybody in AI, we're leading everybody in everything. We have the hottest country right now, I will tell you.
Have you
a lot
heard
of political
when he
people
told
behind
his
me,
own
great
folks
political
that they
people,
call
very
him president of
successful
Europe at NATO
political
summit?
people.
I'm sure they
we have
do.
the hottest country anywhere in the
I'm
world.
sure they do. They put on
1 year
their,
ago, we had a
their
dead country.
ass-kissing lips when it comes
And
to
now we have
any
the
country,
hottest
because they know that
anywhere
if
in
they
the
say
world. And it
anything
started from
that's
November
negative
5th,
towards
but
him,
it also
he'll
started
get
when
all
we
like
did
he'll
the
get all
tariffs.
like
We've had
pissy
tremendous
about it.
support on the tariffs. It's bringing in trillions of dollars of wealth. It's bringing in national security. And I've stopped 8 wars, and of the 8 wars, 5 of them have been because
Just saying
of
to everyone,
tariffs
please,
and trade.
I beg
So
you,
they're very important.
be
And
very careful
General
at the
Motors
moment.
plans to invest $4 billion
We are
as it
sitting
brings its
right
manufacturing back
at
to the United States from
resistance.
Mexico.
Please be careful.
After
Especially
falling
in the
by
total market
5%
cap.
under
Be
Biden,
very, very
U.S. auto
careful.
production has surged by 10% so far this year. You know, I won the auto workers vote, but now even the head of the auto workers said Trump is the greatest president we've ever seen. And he happens to be right about that. But we're protecting our auto workers, and we're making it easier for every family to afford high-quality cars. In other words, we're bringing automobiles back and the manufacturing of automobiles back into this country. We lost 52% over the years, 52% of our automobile manufacturing. You see it, closed factories all over the place. Now they're all opening up. They're being, in most cases, they're being knocked down, and new ones are being built in their place. And a big beneficiary is the state of Michigan, but South Carolina, even states that didn't really do too much with the automobiles, they're opening up plants. It's been amazing. So between automobile plants, AI plants, and plants of every other nation, really every other type, including chips, we're going to have a big percentage of the chip market very soon. Not because of the CHIPS Act, which was horrible and ridiculous, where we just gave these companies billions and billions of dollars and they just kept the money, but because of what we did with tariffs. They have to build here, otherwise they're going to have to pay tariffs. They won't be able to do business in the United States. And we're going to have a big percentage of the chip industry. As of about a year ago, 2 years ago, we had none. And now we're going to have a very big percentage when it all finishes out. So I'd like to ask Secretary Duffy to speak, and then Mr. Farley, and then Filosa, and Urbanik, and Castrita. And also, we're going to ask some of our political leaders to speak, because let me tell you, they went out of their way. This was not easy. The people were brainwashed. This is a green new scam. And people were paying too much for a car that didn't work as well. And now they're going to have a great car that's going to be environmentally friendly, but it's going to cost you a lot less, and it's going to work great. All of the nonsense is being taken out of the cars. So, Secretary Duffy, could you say a few words?
Thank you, Mr. President. So yesterday at the cabinet meeting, the president was talking about affordability, and the way that Democrats talk about affordability is a lie. Today is a perfect example of that. So these CAFE standards used what was contrary to the law. The Congress set a rule that says you have to look at combustion engines. Biden and Buttigieg actually did an analysis using
Edge.
I'm sorry. Buttigieg used EVs and hybrids to come up with a 62 mile an hour per gallon standard, which I think the car companies will tell you is completely unattainable. So they spent a lot of money on technology trying to meet the unattainable standard, driving up the cost of a car, number one. And then number two, if they couldn't meet the unattainable standard, they had to trade for carbon, costing billions of dollars, and again, driving up the price of the car. So, Mr. President, what Democrats were doing were not making cars more affordable, they're making them less affordable. The consequence of that is going to be that more Americans can afford to buy a new car, which means they're going to be safer on the roads because of all the great new technology we have that save lives. So we'll have less death on American roads. These rules are going to allow the automakers to make vehicles that Americans want to purchase, not vehicles that Joe Biden and
this is just like the kindest
want
thing to say.
them to build, which is important. But also, this is important for American jobs. The more cars we sell,
Why do
the more
we have
jobs we
these
have in this country. And so this is jobs,
And
this
someone
is freedom,
explain this
and this is common sense, Mr. President. So
someone
thank you for your
explain to
leadership.
me,
And I appreciate what
what
the
is
Senate
the
did with
point
the beautiful bill and what we've done here today.
of
So
these?
Thank you
Mr.
very
President.
much. A big, beautiful bill.
They
is,
they save
something. It's
$1,000 a
amazing when
year,
people see the
but
benefits
pay
and the lower
three
taxes that
times the
they're gonna
amount
have, lower regulations.
on monthly payments
So,
on their
How
car.
about Ford?
Mr. President and Secretary, all the important lawmakers here, competitors.
This guy's so happy
Today
to
is a
be here.
victory of common sense and affordability. We're very proud of Ford to be the #1 auto producer in our country. 80% of the vehicles we sell here, we make in our country.
great.
And we never left, unlike many of our competitors. We're the #1 exporter.
Politics
We
is
have the most,
100% optics.
fa-
I know,
factory
but this
auto factory
optics
workers.
is just like
And this CAFE standard that is aligned with customer demand is the right move for a lot of
Recommend,
reasons.
stuff it, man.
We
I
were
can't say
#2 last year in EV sales. We were #3 in hybrid, and we're the leading brand for combustion. We believe that people should be able to make a choice, as you said, Mr. President. And we will invest more in affordable vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
This allows us to invest in affordable vehicles made in the U.S., which we will take the lead on, and will allow us to make vehicles more affordable. So thank
I'm
you for making this
almost
step for
certain,
all of you.
right?
Thank you very much.
And this is
One
gonna
of
be a
the other
controversial
things we're doing,
statement.
it's separate
Just
from
so
this
be
meeting,
ready.
but
Controversial
I think
statement
everybody
coming,
here would
right?
agree with it.
I'm almost
If
certain
you go to
Donald Trump doesn't
Japan,
have toilet
where
paper
I
in his
just left,
bathroom.
and if you go to
'Cause the
South
amount
Korea, and Malaysia, and other countries, they have a very
'Cause the amount of,
small
like-
car.
You know what I'm
sort of like
saying?
the Beetle used to be with the Volkswagen.
The amount of, like,
They're very small.
you know?
They're really cute. And I said, how would that do in this country? And everyone seems to think
a lot
good, but
right
you're
now.
not allowed to build them.
It's a
and
lot.
I've authorized the secretary to immediately approve the production of those cars. So you'll be able to buy they really are, they're actually, some of them are really beautiful, actually. If you take a look, Honda, some of the Japanese companies do a beautiful job.
Don't-
But we're not
Stop
allowed to
it,
make them in
Brooks,
this country.
honestly.
And I think you're going to do very well with those
They will
cars.
do
So
Starbucks with
we're gonna
Solana, I'm
approve
telling
those
you.
cars.
I'm
Would you
not
like to say
surprised.
something about
Oh,
that?
don't see it's coming.
Just that he never stops working, so even when he's on
Nah,
vacation
nah,
time,
nah.
he's calling me
It's
up.
about the kissing that's going on right now, the A kissing right now. It's everywhere. Just look at the corporate world. Just open LinkedIn. I know it's incredible.
Company wants to make smaller,
This is
more affordable
LinkedIn.
cars,
Oh my
fuel efficient,
god!
we have
The
cleared
real
the deck so they
monkey.
can
We're just
make it in
looking at
America and
the
sell them in America.
LinkedIn in real life.
They're really nice and
All of
less
those profiles
expensive.
are LinkedIn
And it
profiles
really
we're
gives
seeing
people
right
the
now. Look
chance
at
to have
them.
a car, you know, have a brand new car as opposed to a car that maybe isn't so great. And so you car companies
We're in
are
full
thinking about
LinkedIn
that.
mode.
I think it's going to be a tremendous market. Please, would you like to say
So
something?
funny.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great day for us at Stellantis today because it's the day where we see CAFE regulation reconciled with real customers' demand.
Can I
That's
say
why
something,
Stellantis
right?
decided to invest
Can I
in
say
Jeep,
something? Have you
Ram,
noticed this guy's
Dodge,
watch?
and Chrysler, $13 billion
Do you know what this watch
in the
is?
next
I'll
4
show you what
years,
this watch is.
increasing production by 50%,
I used to have one of
delivering
these.
to the market 5 new vehicles, and creating 5,000 additional jobs. That's because we believe in what you, Secretary Taffy, and all your team is doing in this
Yeah,
country.
there we go.
We believe in
Oh,
growth.
that's a
We are ready to invest
coffee
even
as
more.
well. Oh my
So thank you very much. Thank
God.
you very much also for this great news on
Okay,
the
look, here we go.
K-Class. which we are very interested in. And we are very looking forward to work with Secretary Duffy, your team, in the future for the next steps. Thank you very much.
Well, get ready for those
I'm
guys,
thinking
because we've already
a
cleared
watch.
the way. You
Oh.
can start right away.
We will. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Please.
Mr. President, thank you so much for having me.
Just leave it out there.
We support your leadership for this issue that is so important to the auto industry.
That's just-
I'm here representing the
that's just-
hard-working men and women of Orion Assembly in Michigan.
Right.
The facility,
Affordability,
our
guys.
manufacturing facility there
Affordability.
is currently going through retool so that we can build
Affordability right now.
additional
There you
US
go.
manufactured
That's what
pickup trucks
affordability
and
buys
full-size
you.
sport utilities for
A
our customers,
41,000
and we're so excited about
a
that. Thank you for your
41,000
support.
pound watch. There you go.
Secretary Duffy, thank you as well.
They live off affordability,
And this
guys.
is largely coming in because of the tariff situation. We're taking in trillions.
It's all
of
about
dollars, actually,
affordability.
trillions, and we have so many other advantages. But these
Completely.
great companies
So
are
good.
coming back to the United States. They left the United States. If somebody was sitting behind this desk that knew what they were doing, that wouldn't
So
have
they're
happened. They would have said, "Well, you can sell your car here, but we're going to put 100% tariff," and you would have never had the auto industry leave. Again, we
Insane.
lost more than 50% of our auto industry.
Wild.
And now it's all coming back, and I think it's coming back. Ultimately, it's going to be bigger. I believe it's going to be bigger than it was before, actually.
I shouldn't have sold that
But
watch
it's an
when I
honor
sold
to
it for
have
such a cheap
you
amount.
here,
It's
and
gone up
please,
so
would
much
you
in
like
price.
to say
It's
something?
crazy.
Thank you very much.
Tom Castruta, sir. I'm the chairman of National Automobile Dealers that represent 18,000 dealers in the country, along with 3,000 heavy-duty truck dealers.
That
And what
tie.
the actions that you've done as the president and your administration is definitely going to save our customers money. And you made your promises that let the consumer buy what they want, sir, and you delivered on that. And the other thing that you delivered was your promise in the big, beautiful bill, the tax deduction on loans that had gone away some years back. And now that makes it affordable for
I
our
lost-
buyers.
let's
that
not
can-
even-
that can save money.
I buy
through
fat cat with
loan
that money.
of the
No,
tax,
I bought
anywhere
my
from
wife a
several
bag.
hundred to several thousand. So again, sir,
As a
on
complete,
behalf of all
that's
the
how you
dealers
do it.
and our customers, we appreciate what you and your administration have done.
Yeah.
And of course,
Best
our
investment of my
legislative
life.
support as well, Mr. President.
Thank you. That's
a
very
bullish
nice.
tie.
I'm glad you brought that up. We're allowing people
There's a lot of brown
So
nosing
if you
going
go out
on,
and
for
buy a
sure.
car, and
Aggressive.
This is for
Aggressive.
middle income, but for lower income, no matter what. They never really had deductions. You know, rich people like deductions, but middle income people were never really afforded deductions, which is very unfair. You borrow money to buy a car, you're allowed to deduct the interest from your income tax. And I think that's going to be one of the most, in terms of your industry, I think it's going to be the biggest thing that we're talking about, maybe even
That
bigger
man's
than
wife
cafe
must
standards.
hate him to allow him out in that
People
time.
are going to be able to borrow
No.
money deducted,
Look
so
how
it's
proud
going to cost
he
them
is.
essentially half.
Look at him.
And they'll be,
It'll help, yes, sir.
I think it's going to be a tremendous factory. They've never had a chance to do that before. And that's all done. That's all in the great, big, beautiful bill. So it's really
You know,
terrific.
I love-
I'd like to ask a couple of our political leaders to say, because you guys have done an
How come
amazing
Orange
job.
Lady
This
at
was
the-
something that was going to be
She's
very
wearing
tough.
red, it's taking too
We had
much
to fight,
attention. Your eyes go to her.
lunatics to get it done, and they had no answers. You know, it's.
Can I
you
just say
present them
something
with
right
the facts,
now? Can I just say something?
And they just say, well,
What
we're
I'm
just
looking
not
at
gonna
this
vote for it.
present
They couldn't
moment,
talk
right?
about it.
What I'm looking
but
at this
They didn't
present
want to
moment.
vote. I see
Genuine.
Mike Kelly, my friend back there, who's been with me from
Genuine.
day one, right?
Yep.
What do you have to say, Mike?
Well, you know what? I think you hit
This is the
everybody's
most
talking about the same
American
thing. In America,
panel I've ever seen in my whole life. If you were to say,
There's no
what does
hatred
America
between
look
these
like?
two guys.
I would
What
show
mean
him
is
this
price
picture.
preference. Yeah, but you hit it nail on the head.
Genuinely.
The American people have always been able to choose what they want to buy.
Right.
They don't want to be taken out of a market by people who, quite frankly, don't even drive their own car, and saying this is the way you've got to go going into the future. And say, well, you may say that, but you're not in the market. You have
All
no
American,
idea. And I know
100% agree, yeah.
the business we're in. At the end of the day, if you were there with me, I'd say, so Mr. President, other than price, what's keeping you from taking the car home today? It's always price. And the fact that we can build a car that's affordable, that people want to buy, that's the key to it. What you've done is unlock the most ridiculous statute that ever came in with CAFE. It wasn't done by the Congress. It wasn't done. It was done by,
Done by
President
Biden.
Obama after the courts failed on it. So thank you for doing what you're doing. You're making America great again in every single way. Thank you.
Thank you. It's going to be so big for the auto manufacturers. People aren't even going to believe the impact this has. You know, Mike used to come to my rallies all the time, and we'd have a rally, and it was like 0 degrees. It was freezing.
After all your
and he'd
accounts
sit
and
there
all
without
the
a shirt on.
fakers accounts are still there. Hard to
I
find
didn't
you.
need
Yeah,
that,
unfortunately,
you
you
know.
need to join the
I didn't
Love
say
My
it was
Alvarez.
pretty,
This is the thing. TikTok doesn't care. They ban and ask questions later.
I said, that's one tough cookie, right?
You lit it up. We didn't need any heat. We were there.
We all drive Corvettes over here. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Congressman.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Rah, rah, rah.
I represent the dealer body. I'm a dealer, and we got some other dealers in here, but this is huge for the dealer body, the local car dealer. We're going to be able to sell what the customer wants. The manufacturer's going to make what the customer wants. We've got all kinds of options.
Is this guy actually whistling through his teeth as he's talking? This is like the most American thing I'm seeing in my whole. The only thing is missing is a guy with a cowboy hat. If that guy was here,
and 99% of the businesses in America are small businesses. Many are car dealers. Employ a lot of people. It's going to be a great year.
It's going to be a great year. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be going to send some cars.
I mean, we're going to step up and build cars that customers want and that we want to sell. So thank you very much. It makes it a great country.
It's going to be amazing.
He's also a very brave congressman because he was there on the baseball field that horrible day with Steve Scalise and some other people. He was hit, but he took it very well. You took it very well. You're my pal.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great job.
Appreciate you.
Great job. Appreciate it. Kevin, could you say a few words of wisdom? One of the really smart economic forecasters.
Here we go, guys.
Beyond
Here we go.
an economist, he's a real forecaster.
These are the people. Oh my God, it's getting better and better.
There's a massive macroeconomic benefit to what we're doing today. And the way to think about it is that the car that has the best gas mileage that you can buy.
Seen another one. I used to have that one as well. 1 second.
Joe Biden wanted to make every car on average be above 50.
1 second.
So there's no car made in the U.S. that you would be able to sell
1 second.
2 years from now, 3
1
years from
second.
now under that
I know
rule.
that much.
Because
I
what
used
you
to
want
have that
to
one
do
as
is
well.
make
1
everybody have
second.
an electric car, as you know. But here's the thing. That if everybody had an electric car, then nobody would be buying gasoline anymore, and they'd have to take all the miles that they travel and put it on the grid. And so we would have to increase the production of electricity in the U.S. by 25% over the next couple of years if
Here
they
we
had their
go.
way. And so you've really stopped a massive disruption
How much
to
is
the
this?
economy with this.
How much are we looking at this watch?
That
Where is
wasn't
it?
the main reason, and yet it certainly is a main reason. You wouldn't have been able to do it even
Okay.
if you wanted it. It's
All right.
just so crazy.
Do
That was the
you guys want to
mandate,
see
which
affordability?
we
I'll show you
ended.
some affordability.
Troy, would
Here's
you like
some-
to say something?
Great honor, thank you. I'm
Hey, guys,
Mike
ready
Taylor,
for some-
former dealer, 48 years, Chrysler.
Hey
Dodge
guys,
dealer.
ready for some affordability?
Then
Let me
I
show
got
you some
into the
affordability
football,
right
so,
now. Right
I
now.
had more fun in the dealership world, but
It's let's show some affordability. All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see some affordability?
Standards change, as Mike brought up, and
There you go.
went through those challenging
There's some
times.
affordability, guys.
Chrysler dealer before
There you
Stellantis
go.
came along. It was Daimler.
Affordability.
before you guys got it. So thank you very much for being here and making these changes.
Affordability right
As you
there.
said, that interest on
Right
the
there.
car loan piece was big.
27,000.
Bernie led the charge on that. And the Senate did one big, beautiful bill.
27,000 pounds.
That really is a big deal.
Yeah.
And people need to understand how
You
big
go
a deal
good.
that is.
You did a great job. And by the way, we had a great victory last night. We'll do all that.
You go get that affordability.
I like our race.
So
He's going
dumb.
to be a great congressman.
Oh, yeah.
Really, like us, right?
Affordability.
One of my early endorsements, right?
Yes, sir.
Affordability.
Talk
It's all about
it
affordability.
right here, is it, man? Come here, let me say hello to you.
Yeah. There's no profit margins at all, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership. But the thing I've admired most, you've been in business, you've been in the battles over the years, and you're helping us lead us out. Most people that are up here have no idea about business or small business. It makes a big difference. One is. Number two is,
I wonder
would
what
just say
the
in terms of the tax
average
stuff we're talking about,
cumulative
one of the things that
age
get missed,
is
and
here.
I'm in Florida, Sarasota region, is the ability to
Does
deduct.
anyone
Most people
understand
have
what
a
the
small
average
business, they'll have
cumulative
a lawn
age
business,
of
they'll
this
have
group
that, they
is?
buy a new or used truck. They can take that deduction,
90.
say they're in a 20% tax bracket, but the vehicle's 60 grand. They can take 20% of the 60 grand and get a $12,000 write-off. They can pay their
89,
payments for
90.
the first year.
He's so
That's
close
a
to jumping, he
powerful
just
tool
can't
we
stay
don't
away.
talk
He's
about.
gonna sit on
I
his
don't know
lap in a
why,
second.
But at the end of the day, because of what you've put in place, full expensing,
I
that's
do
the tool
love the
they would
way
use. And
it's
you can
being
just think about all the people in Florida, just
I
general
don't know.
places. They're buying old vans or new
Half
vans.
an
they're
hour,
buying trucks.
and all
baby
I've
trucks,
understood
and they're getting
is
a deduction. They don't even have a payment for a
them
year.
just
So it's one of the best
loving on
things
Donald
for
Trump like I've
businesses.
never seen before.
Yeah, expensing is a powerful tool. They can write the whole asset.
The guy
off
behind him lowers the
first
average.
year, take that deduction,
that's
put
true.
$12,000 in their pocket on a $20,000. Well, let me mention one other thing. they got into the e-vehicles, electric cars. And I'm talking to dealers that come in and talk to me. And basically, they couldn't sell one. They couldn't give one away. And when these companies, or they got in because of whatever political pressure under the Biden administration, and they end up realizing that they got no market. A guy says, the car's been sitting there a year. I can't get rid of it. So they don't understand the market.
Someone just reported my live again.
The vehicles, and that's made a big difference.
All right, guys on TikTok, I'm getting out of here, man. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, it's amazing that you guys, someone just reported my live again.
$60,000 vehicle up front day
right.
one.
Take care, guys on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, we just
unbelievable.
About
right? It's genuinely hilarious.
Ford would make, and
it's
I don't want to speak
genuinely hilarious.
One of the top people.
It's actually incredible what's going on right now. How does someone
Ford would make numerous
report this live? I just don't get it.
One Ford 150, because they'd make all their money with the 150.
Like, it's hilarious right now.
Lose money on building 2 or 3
there
electric
is zero
cars
control on TikTok. I've never seen anything like this.
In order to make some money on the 150, because the 150 is a monster. I'll tell you what, that no matter where you go, they love that Ford 150.
Yes.
But isn't it a ridiculous model when you have to build 2 or 3 cars that you know you're not going to be selling or not be selling for much in order to really do something that you should have the right to do, which is make a car
but the majority of my community is there. It's like they just don't. They're doing everything in their power to just. It's incredible.
Best-selling vehicle in the United States.
It's actually incredible, but it's not that. It's just a bunch of extortion artists doing this, and TikTok doesn't do anything about it.
It's an amazing
They don't care.
There was a lot of stupid things done here.
What would you like to say?
Yeah, I thank you, Mr. President and Secretary Duffy and all of us. You know, one of the last times I was here was when you signed the
there's a hacker that is keeps account blocking my other account, and TikTok doesn't do anything about it. He just bans it automatically.
Impact 17 other states and really a large part of our economy. This is about affordability here. I'm just going to say one thing. Well, maybe I already said one thing, so now I'm going to say 2 things. When we talk about a car and auto, we sort of talk about just, oh, we need a car. Do you know what a car does for a family? You can take your children to school, you can go to the store, you can visit your mother, you can go to church, you can have a job, you have the flexibility that you need. A car for an American family is about a roadway to prosperity.
Big deal.
It's a big deal.
It is
and so by making them more affordable, making them more choice-driven by what families want and need, today
you know what's really
if
the info has been delivered, and long will they just I don't know.
Mr. President,
I don't know you could do all that with a car. I didn't know that either. The one thing I will say though,
we make great automobiles,
is that
have a fantastic
if you guys have noticed something,
and whether you're GM
these guys are
or
really
Ford
happy
with their
about
new
the affordability. But the fact of affordability has got nothing to do with with what they're doing. They're not going to be reducing costs. It's just
and removing these standards and making cars more affordable does mean that more people will purchase them, but it also
and you guys,
we're going to have to make
you guys are not going to make any money
that
from that at all, are you?
Tennessee, that is a great thing.
Nothing is going to be increased. I'm sensing a few more watches being bought at this present moment.
In the world, they're talking about investing billions and they're investing it as we speak, but billions and billions of dollars in our country. Thank you.
They all remind me of the nodding dogs in the car. Yeah, completely.
They're not like, well,
happy about
maybe
pulling
they're doing it because of tariffs.
A customer incentive.
And they're doing it because of maybe they like the president, and we're doing things like this for them, which frankly, no matter who you are, this should be done. And we're doing things like deductibility of interest when you borrow money. To buy a car, you're allowed to deduct it from your income tax. That is a massive tax cut.
I'm going to do that.
People that probably are going to be trying to buy that car anyway. And I really think that interest factor is going to be one of the biggest things. When I was proud of that because I thought of it, and it seems so simple. Other people are allowed big interest.
They are really happy at this present
You're allowed to have
moment.
big interest deductions for different things you do. But if you're a middle-income person has to buy a car, you were never entitled to anything. And now you're getting a full interest deduction on the loan. And I think that's going to have one of the biggest impacts. But we're here with companies that are investing tens of billions of dollars in our country as we speak. It's not going to be in 2 years or 3 years. A lot of it's because of the expensing provision in the bill, in the big, beautiful bill.
The big, beautiful bill is just going to make rich people richer.
It's a miracle. This
at
is
the expense of
just
poor
the
people.
auto industry, but we have other industries where it's the same thing. They're building all over our country, and this is a revolution is happening.
They're definitely going to offer
It's a business revolution. It's a jobs revolution. It's a car
Everyone will
revolution.
own one
We're
car.
bringing back the car industry that was stolen from us because we have people that didn't know what they
come
were
out of
doing sitting at
university,
this desk.
buy one
And
car,
they put the
and
wrong
pay it
people
for the
in
rest of your life.
because they weren't advised properly. And this is really an incredible thing that's happening. Go ahead, Kevin.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. And I think in many respects, pretty much everything that could be said has been, except that I think what Kevin talks about in terms of the cascading economic opportunity from this one single event is just the tip of the iceberg. When you think of all the rules and regulations that you have repealed, I think it's more important, frankly, than the tax cuts. However, in the Working Family Tax Cuts Act, remember we made permanent a lot of really good policy from the first Trump era, not the least of which for small businesses is bonus depreciation. The opportunity to depreciate the year that you purchase an F-150 for your small business or a large truck for your farm. I just think we're going to roll into 2026 and we're going to see an escalation of economic opportunity, the likes of which I probably have never seen.
I think nobody's ever seen it, nobody in the world, because there's never been 18 or whatever it ends up being. In 10 months, we have $18 trillion being invested. We never had $1 trillion being invested. And Biden had much less than that. Think of it. He had less than $1 trillion over 4 years. We have $18 trillion in 10 months, and it's actually as of 9 months. So there's never been anything. Eric?
Yeah,
what
Mr.
do you have to
President,
say?
thank you. And on behalf of the people of the great state of Missouri, who we actually make things from F-15s to F-47s now, thanks to you. We'll be building the F-47 and then F-150s. And those are real
Incredible.
jobs. And we make
I
things
can't
in Missouri.
believe
This
that
is going to go a long way, I think,
people
for
just
making
report my
things
life.
more
That's out
affordable
of
for
this
normal
world.
people. Nothing could be more
Literally out of
American
this world.
than driving a car on a highway. And this is going to make that more accessible for more people.
Anyway,
So thanks for your leadership.
Your state's doing a great job.
Yeah, well, they love you too.
It's a great place. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to talk to you just a minute from a rural perspective,
Okay.
because these CAFE standards were absolutely unworkable in rural Missouri. We need vehicles that are practical and affordable and
Right.
can haul for our small businesses, for agriculture, and it just simply didn't work. Those CAFE standards
They
didn't
just
work. So I applaud you and Secretary Duffy for your
constantly-
hard work and what you're doing on behalf of
They're just constantly
Well, it was keeping a lot of manufacturers out of our country.
just
too.
full
They
on-
said, "We're not gonna, are you crazy?" They thought, outside manufacturers thought we were absolutely insane.
I've never seen anything like
with
this
all of the
before.
different things that were just made up nonsense. It was like made up. It was really made up by people that hate our country. I really believe. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I'd say about two quick things, Mr.
Oh, no,
President.
Bernie, I didn't see you.
Two quick things I think are really important. So the person who sat behind this desk before you gave $7,500 in subsidies to multimillionaires who are leasing electric Rolls Royces, electric Porsches, electric Lamborghinis. We're getting $7,500 from the taxpayer. And these Democrats sit on this floor and say that Republicans are for millionaires and billionaires. We are the opposite of giving $7,500 to multi-billionaires to lease foreign electric vehicles. Number two, because of your policies, at the beginning of the
I
year,
can't believe this, Mr.
51% of the cars sold in America were made in America. 51% before you got sworn in. Last
They
month,
saw you winning,
that
so
number was
they copied all your
57%.
content.
We moved it
Possibly.
6
Yeah, but TikTok
points,
doesn't care.
which nobody thought would be possible.
Like it
in 4
literally
years.
does not
We did
care.
it in 10 months.
And it
That's
just
something that maybe the news should cover a
restricted
little
my
bit
life
more.
because
And
of
we've
it.
driven down
It's
the
my
price of
lives.
automobile
That's my
bills.
problem.
Car prices
I'm gonna have
for consumers
to
are down
limit
before
the
you-
lives
Just
on
about everything is down.
my TikTok.
You know, this whole thing
Unfortunately,
is, they use
I
the
can't
word
do anything else
affordability.
other than
It's
that.
a Democrat hoax. They're
His
the
ego
ones
is
that
the
drove
reason
the
for
prices
those
up.
conference,
And all they do is say
nothing else
affordability,
is-
and you're supposed to say, "Oh."
I mean, it really
that
is. It's
means
just
they
like a
have low
massive
prices.
ego
No.
boost.
We inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years,
Complete
but let's say
massive
that's
ego boost
history.
at this
I don't
present
believe that. Biden had, because of his stupid ways and between his energy policies and his spending policies, We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. And now our prices are coming down, and they're coming down for cars.
We didn't really have the worst inflation in our history. Let's be very clear about that fact.
The head of energy in our country.
That's a bit disingenuous, my
There are
friend.
now parts of our country, it's all
YouTube
happening.
is better, and always you can
$1.99 for gasoline.
text. Yeah, I know that, but it's just like it's
And
incredible.
We have it at $2.50,
Like
$2.60.
why are people
It was at
reporting? I mean,
$5.
it's not
And
people. It's just
that's
bots
bigger
doing
than
it, and
any
TikTok
tax cut we could give.
We'll do whatever it
You know,
takes
for the average family,
to
that's considered bigger
ban
than any
its
tax cut.
creators.
So the word affordability,
because
when
it's
they
just
mention
an
it,
algorithm.
you ever watch them?
Other than
It's
different
all about.
if the
I saw
lie
the young lady
report
that
is
lost
legit.
last
They
night.
don't.
She
They
lost
ban
by
first.
a lot more
They
than
report
thought.
first, and then
And
when
we have a
you
great new candidate
appeal,
in
then another
Congress.
algorithm comes in
Really
and goes,
great,
no,
Matt
it's
Van
right.
Epps. But I saw last
And
night.
then you have to go
she said, it's all about
3, 4,
affordability,
5,
all about-
6 steps
They
more
never
until you
talk
see a
about, like,
human
the
who looks at it and goes, oh, that's fine. But
Everything
it's just
was
a
through the
hassle
roof.
always and
Eggs,
always,
when I
always,
took over,
always a
eggs were
hassle.
4 times higher than they ever were.
Like
We
right
got the
now, to be able to
prices
get this
down to
off, you guys
the
have to
lowest
keep
level. I mean, amazing.
pressing the like button and sharing
They
if
never,
possible.
you got to watch. They're great con
If you could do
people.
that, that would
It's like
help
the Inflation
a
Reduction
huge
Act.
amount. But you know,
And
that's
after
up
they
to you
got
guys
it
if you wanna do
approved,
that.
because everybody said inflation reduction, they admitted it had nothing to do with reducing inflation. It's a con job. I think affordability is the greatest con job. They look at you and they say, affordability. They don't say anything else. Everyone says, oh, their prices were so low. No, they had the worst inflation. We had the highest prices we ever had, and now they're all coming down, including beef is coming down. Beef was up there a little bit. Our ranchers did well, but we got to make them do a little bit less well, perhaps. But the beef is now coming down. Coffee is now coming down. It's all coming down, and it's a beautiful thing to see. But remember this, when they use the word affordability, they just say, they never say anything else. This election's about affordability, and then they go into the next subject. It's a con job. They caused the highest prices in the history of our country, the worst inflation in the history of our country.
It means a lot that you guys are pressing the
And
like button.
we're
I
getting
really
those
appreciate it.
prices
As you do it,
and they're coming down
the numbers
rapidly.
rise.
And
if you
you'll
share it
see
as well,
those
it's
results
the
very
only
soon.
way that it's
Anybody else
weird.
wanna
The
say a
TikTok
few
algorithm
words?
only
Oh, Ted,
allows gets rid of this if they see engagement in the life. If they don't see engagement in the life, they do this thing where it's like it's,
Go ahead, Ted.
Well, Mr. President, I want to congratulate you on behalf of everyone here for the leadership that you're showing. And this is a victory today for consumers. This is a victory for affordability. Your critics like to say the word affordability. Under Joe Biden and the Democrats,
Thank you so much.
they put mandate
the only way
after
you can get
mandate
blue
after
tick is
mandate
if
on
you
cars and trucks, and they drove the
get
price up
free press,
thousands and
like
thousands of
newspapers
dollars.
and this and the other.
And with the
right
actions
about
you're
it.
taking
I will be
today,
getting
you
that.
put on
If
top
I
of
get my
that the
other
one
account
big
back,
beautiful bill.
that's the first thing I'm
Most
going to
of the
do.
senators here on the Senate Commerce Committee, and on the Commerce Committee, we worked together to zero out the CAFE standards. We wrote that into the law that the CAFE standards went to zero. What does that mean? It means you can now, as a consumer, buy the car you want. It also means people's lives will be safer, because what these regulations did is they forced cars to be more expensive and made of plastic instead of steel. Because you had to make them lighter to comply with these standards, so you'd get in a wreck and people would die. The result of what you're doing, you're literally saving people's lives, and you're making it where families can afford to get a new car. These actions will drop the cost of cars and trucks thousands of dollars. That makes a real difference. And I'll make one final point. You know, about half the members here are car
I don't
dealers.
think Trump has been.
And I will say, my good friend Roger Williams out in the lobby, he tried to sell me a car, which didn't surprise me, but I just want to give props to Mike Kelly. He showed he was savvier because he tried to sell you a car, and you can afford a much nicer car than I can. So well done, Mike Roger. You just went to the wrong customer.
I was $100 cheaper.
The thing that Ted just said, it's true. Plastic instead of steel. Think of that. And people died because of that. The plastic.
Yeah, I might be doing
was
something
plastic
correct, but the thing is,
in
it's
an auto accident,
it's
then it
taken
broke up and
years to
people were
bring my
shattered
account to that
because of
level,
that
to
crazy
the 80
deal.
odd
But,
thousand.
it's a really good
And
point. Go ahead.
you know,
And Mr.
I
President,
do
I'll
things
tell
on
you, Senate
on
Commerce Committee
Instagram
on
as well,
January
but people don't
14th, we're going to
follow
have a
on Instagram.
hearing
This is
with
the
all
problem.
the
You
big
have to
three
be
there
where
and
people are
Tesla.
already
And the
doing it as well,
entire
because the
hearing
level
is
of
going to
laziness that
focus
people
on
don't want to-
how your
they don't want to
leadership
change. I
has
can understand
reduced
why.
the
I'd
burdens
rather
on
just
car
want to be there to
makers. That's
consume the-
lowering costs. That's giving consumers more
the
choices, and
content.
it's producing more
But if-
jobs in America. And it's highlighting that's a real record of success.
Yeah, well, it's an honor. And, you know, they were going by California. We had
like 2 different countries, California and 15 that followed California, because you had 15 states follow California. And the rules from California were just like everything else. That's why people are leaving. That's why it's such a mess. It's got there's a state with such unbelievable potential. But what they did with the car industry is incredible. And that was, the car
TikTok,
companies didn't know what to do
you
because they had
forward
2
more than,
standards, and
10
you can't build
seconds.
2 different cars for the same
Do you know on
country.
TikTok you forward?
And what we're doing today is
more
very
than
big.
10.
Would
What do you mean by
anybody
that?
like to say something? Would you like to say something, my friend?
I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you. Once again,
And we love you, Brian.
Oh, I love you too, Mr. President. I've always said
he's a good man.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
appreciate that. I've always said you've tackled the three M's: mortgage, munchkins, and marriage. You've solidified all of those. I'll add motor vehicles to that now. My question, I got one about consumer confidence. We just came off one of the record high Black Friday, up 9.1%.
Record high, highest ever, biggest amount ever purchased in one day. Yep.
Which I think counters this narrative of affordability, because apparently the Americans are spending money. So I want to see, how do you view that for a consumer confidence being so high going
on
into
TikTok,
Christmas and going into next year? And I do have one for the auto group.
If you're
after
watching
you-
the other things, you
think
actually
that we have
have
tremendous
to
confidence in the
pull
country.
that
One of the things in terms of
progress bar
confidence,
all the way to
when-
the end.
if you go back a
Otherwise,
year
there's a
and
bit
a
of a
half,
delay.
It's amazing. We're like into 10 months already, but you go back a little bit before the election, because after November 5th, it started changing rapidly, even though we weren't running it until January 20th.
If you do that, the delay goes.
Back and you look at the
It becomes
enlistment
like
of
1 or 2 seconds.
Soldiers, people that wanted to.
Everyone goes through the
join
same thing.
the military,
I learned that the other day
the
as well.
Army,
I mean, the
Navy,
other
Air
day, like a
Force,
year ago.
Marines.
But when I saw it, I was like,
Coast Guard is
God, how
like
dumb am
booming.
I?
It's all Space Force.
It's one of those
But we
moments
had-
where
we had a
you're
very,
kind of
very-
happy that no one was
we had the
around when it
worst
happened.
recruitment in the history of our country. A year later,
So there's some
we have the greatest
lone moments where you're just like,
recruitment in the history.
okay.
You can't even get in. Getting in is like getting into a top college that you couldn't get in. People want to be in the service now. And
I
that includes
just
the
want
police
to
and
get to a
firemen,
point
other
in
things.
this where there's
You
a question
couldn't
and
hire
answer.
police, you couldn't
So
hire
they
anybody
ask
in the
questions.
Army or the Navy.
Do you notice that
You
everyone's
couldn't
just
get people
here
in,
to like,
and
okay,
we
we've
now
seen
have
the
gone from
ass
that
kissing.
to
Can we
record
now get to the point where I can ask a real question?
High quality people.
There's no
amazing
reporter
people,
questions.
wanting
Don't
be
lie
in
to
the
me.
military. They have a spirit now.
What do you mean there's no reporter? There's reporters there. What do you mean no reporter questions?
It's a great thing.
I retweeted
Go ahead,
this
ask your
space
second
live.
question.
I have 3,000 followers on Twitter. Maybe.
family
Thank you
friends
so
in the
much, Yvonne.
automotive business,
It means so
own
much.
dealerships
Look,
all
honestly,
across Southern
I'm just here trying to make
California.
us.
They sent me a question to ask you. There's a thing called
He's
a
going to rug
mileage
us
blocker
release a
that-
Trump
that
card
is installed
token
on
tomorrow.
vehicles. It's a type of a computer chip which alters the actual
haven't had a chance
mileage
to ask. Oh, yeah.
driven on the vehicle, so that
No
when
reporters,
you
only
have a
cameras.
leased
Don't say
vehicle
that
that's
to me.
turned in, they're
I really
losing
appreciate your point.
thousands of
Honestly, it
dollars.
means a
We got to
lot
go
that
chase
you
down these
share that.
manufacturers. What can
Only here just trying
we
to do some
do
entertainment and
to
give some
track down
value,
these
you know what I mean?
manufacturers of this illegal computer chip that's really hurting automotive
Have
industry?
you heard about this?
Yes, sir. They're getting built in China, and most of them are coming out of Great Britain, sir. They're being distributed through China, through distributors selling them online through Great Britain. Yes, sir.
Wow, that's not so good. What do you think?
look at that.
Do you, Bernie, do you know anything about that?
It works on older vehicles, and obviously, we got to do a better job of
Yeah,
making
I
sure
think
patrol at
it's
the border.
something, I've never heard of it. Very good. We never heard of it. That's pretty good.
There we go.
Released video of that first boat strike on September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves what
I
happened?
don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release, no problem. You know, we stopped, every boat we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. And if you look at our,
And it's a Rolex watch.
numbers, the drugs coming in through sea are down 91%. I'm surprised there's 9%. You want to? I don't know who's doing the 9%, but it's down 91, and we're going to start very soon on land, and I'm sure you're thrilled to hear that.
Mr. President, on Ukraine, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner were there last night with Vladimir Putin. Can you give us an update about those talks? It sounds from what the Kremlin is saying that they're not going to compromise. Can you tell us what you've...
I don't know what the Kremlin's doing. I can tell you that they had a reasonably good meeting with President Putin. We're going to find out.
It's a war that should have
Let's
never
see. I
been
mean, I don't
started.
know.
It's a war. If I
That
were
Ukraine
president,
thing
we had a
is-
rigged election. If I were president, that war
Like
would
they
have never
laid
happened.
out.
It's a terrible
didn't
thing.
you guys
But
watch
I thought they had a very good meeting
you know,
yesterday with,
the American
President
convoy
Putin.
coming
We'll see what happens.
to Russia?
You know, when I was in this office and I talked about no cards, I said, you have no cards. That was the time to settle. I thought that would have been a much better time to settle. But they, in their wisdom, decided not to do that. They have a lot of things against them right now. But you have President Putin had a very good meeting yesterday with Jared Kushner and with Steve Witkoff. What comes out of that meeting, I can't tell you, because it does take two to tango. You know,
Trump
Ukraine.
is the president too. He is. Yeah.
I think we have something pretty well worked out with them. Very satisfied, considering. But the sad part is, if I were president, no war
Look,
would have
he's
ever
just a
happened. They would
salesman.
have had 100%
I'm seeing
of
that
the
Donald Trump is
territory,
now
nothing
just
would
like
have
one
happened.
of the best
It's a
salesmen.
very
you could
sad
possibly imagine.
situation.
You know what I mean?
So think of this. Last month, 27,000 soldiers. 27. That's like you take a stadium, a football stadium, not an arena, and you cut it in half. 27,000 people died, mostly young soldiers, died last month, in 1 month.
I'm
That's the
pretty
only reason I'm
sure
involved. You know, we're not spending any money in the war. We're
people know
selling to
what
NATO.
27,000 people look like.
We're not being ripped
I mean,
off like we
I'm
were
pretty
under
sure.
Biden. Biden was handing everybody everything we had, giving
And he's gonna sell
giving
Ukraine,
them all the
unfortunately.
missiles,
Yeah,
everything they
unfortunately.
wanted, free, no charge. He had no
We'll
idea
see.
what he was doing.
Look, he has a knack of
they're
the
paying
art of the
top
deal that he
dollar,
does, where he brings out
full
something
price
absolutely
for everything.
ridiculous,
Goes to
then
NATO,
goes
and
back
then
to
NATO
something absolutely
distributes it.
ridiculous, and then finds
NATO
something in
pays
the
us.
middle that's a
So
bit less
with that,
ridiculous,
it's
so
not
they
money.
accept it.
We would all, I think I can speak for everyone behind here. The politicians I know
Say crypto.
and the auto manufacturers are good people. They don't want to see 27,000 people die for no reason whatsoever. And that's the only reason I'm trying to help. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, switching to Venezuela for a second, have you checked back with President Maduro? I mean, is your pressure campaign working? And do you think how's he responding to your
tell
demand
me,
that he
is
leave
it
the
working?
country?
It's not pressure campaign. It's much beyond that, I think. But I spoke to him briefly, just told him a couple of things. We'll see what happens with that. Venezuela sends us drugs, but Venezuela sends us people that they shouldn't be sending. They emptied their prisons into our country. They sent us killers, murderers. They sent us drug dealers at the highest level. They sent us gang members. They sent us people from their mental institutions. They emptied their mental institutions into our country. And so did other countries, because we had stupid people running this country, really stupid people. And I think probably you had some stupid ones and you had some smart ones, but there were bad people too. Because not all of them were stupid. You can't cheat on elections like they did and be stupid, okay?
How about pushing the Clarity Act? He'll push it when his family's in the right position to push it.
No, I didn't.
Mr. President, if you do find...
When you spoke with Mr. Witkoff and with Mr. Kushner... Last night, did they give you the sense that President Putin still wants to end the war, wants to make peace?
He would like to end the war. That was their impression. Now, whether or not,
Yeah, do you believe him?
That was their impression. Their impression was that he would like to see the war ended. I think he'd like to get back to dealing a more normal life. I think he'd like to be trading with the United States of America, frankly, instead of, losing thousands of soldiers a week. But their impression was very strongly that he'd like to make a deal. We'll see what happens.
Mr. President, if the boat strikes, if it is found that survivors were actually killed while clinging onto that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war.
At the same time, bro,
that these
just
people were
pardon
killing
that
our
word.
people by the
That Honduras
millions, actually, if you look over a few years. I
Stop,
think last year we
right?
lost close to 300,000 people were killed.
Stop fact-checking
That's
this
not mentioning
guy.
all the families. Have you seen what happens with the families of not only the people killed, the people that are trying to get their son or their daughter off of this poison that they've been fed? I think you're going to find that there's a very receptive ear to doing exactly what they're doing, taking out those boats. And very soon we're going to start doing it on land too, because we know every route, we know every house,
Wow.
we know where they manufacture this
Every
crap.
single
We know
route.
where they put it all together.
Everything.
And I think you're going to see it very soon on land also. Yeah, please.
So to be clear, you support the decision to kill survivors after the
No,
initial
I
strike?
support the decision to knock out the boats, and whoever's piloting those boats most of them are gone. But whoever are piloting
Capitol
those
Hill
boats,
joint, hey, it's the
they're
real
guilty
one.
of trying to kill people
Became
in our country.
enjoined,
Yeah,
followed,
please.
and disappeared.
The House Judiciary Committee has subpoenaed Jack Smith to ask about his investigation of you. I wondered, for a deposition, I wondered if you'd prefer to see that as a hearing so that the American public can see the questions and the responses more easily.
I'd rather see it probably at a hearing. Look, Jack Smith is a thug. He's a
When you
failed
stop being
prosecutor.
blunt.
He's a bad man. He's an evil
We need
man.
the
He
same
hurt a
meeting
lot
for
of people.
Crypto World Genius.
Forget about me. You know, I do this stuff, but I got indicted many times by a guy that they were dismissed. He's a bad guy. He's a sick man. There's something wrong with him, actually. I think Jack Smith is a sick man. There's something really wrong with him. I'd rather see him testify publicly because there's no way he can answer the questions. But Biden knew this was going along. Kamala knew it was going along. And
he can't get away
there's
from
a
it.
lot of things happening right now that they don't like. One of the things is the auto pen. Everything he signed, almost, with the exception of the pardon of his wonderful son, Hunter, just about everything he signed was not signed by him. He had no knowledge of it. He didn't know what it was. People sitting around the beautiful Resolute desk knew exactly what it was. And those people are guilty, in my opinion, of a major crime. Everything that was signed by that auto pen, the man operating the auto pen, and I'm sure there are more
They're
than
getting
one, because I think some of the
subsidized
people can
timing
operate it themselves. Some of the high-level people operated themselves. They would just go in and sign his name with an auto pen onto very important documents, not only pardons, but policy, maybe CAFE standards, okay, as an example. Who signed CAFE? If you ask Biden, what's a CAFE standard, he would have absolutely no idea. He'd say, where is the CAFE located? The guy didn't know anything. Look, that just shows you what a rigged election can be, but you understand what I'm saying. Thank you.
You've had conversations
with Jensen.
Right, so.
Smart man.
In your conversations with him, have you kind of given a sense of where you are with export controls and the types of chips that the VA can give to China?
Sure, he knows very well. He's done an amazing job. NVIDIA, very good. Yeah.
Mr. President, when do you expect for phase 2 of the Gaza peace plan to be implemented? And
Well, it's going along well. You know, they had a problem today, I understand, with a bomb that went off and hurt some people pretty badly, probably killed some people. They're telling me it just happened. But it's going on. We have peace in the Middle East. People don't realize it. We have tremendous support. 59 countries. There's tremendous support. But phase 2 is moving along. Yeah, it's going to happen pretty soon.
Mr. President, did you speak
Yeah, he
with House
definitely just keeps
Republican
talking about
leadership
Joe
about your
Biden, for
decision
sure.
to pardon Congressman Henry Cuellar? And are you
It's his
concerned
go-to
that
comment.
you made a vulnerable Democrat perhaps less vulnerable with that decision?
It didn't matter. He's a respected person. He was treated very badly because he said that people should not be allowed to pour into our country. And he was right. He didn't like open borders. He was on the border. You know, he represents a very respected man. He represents the people
You have
on
wonderful content to fight
the
for on
border.
TikTok.
And he
Yeah,
saw
I
what
do,
was
but you know.
happening. And as soon as he made that statement, I then said, I'll bet he gets indicted.
These extortion artists find
And that's
a
what
way
happened. You know,
to
I put
cheat the
out my
system.
truth from
They'll
that.
just keep
Well, I
doing
did
it.
a truth. Wonderful truth. We love truth.
Jobless
But
claims tomorrow,
what
Friday
happened
Corp
is,
yeah.
got
I mean,
indicted
if you guys go to
for speaking the truth.
what was
And
the
his
website?
wife got indicted, Imelda.
There's a website. I've said it many
And
times where you can actually see.
That's sort of a
when
first.
the
Usually they
reports are
leave the
coming out.
wives alone, right? Don't
Do
they,
you have
Congressman?
any
Typically they indict
artificial
somebody,
superintelligence? No, I
put
don't.
him in jail for the rest of his life, but the wife can just sit home and cry, or she'll find a new man. You know? A lot of times they find a new man and makes them much happier. In fact, a lot of times they like that man better than the one that's in jail. Go
Mr.
ahead.
President, thank you. The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief.
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also
I
saying
wouldn't be
that
proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, you know, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay? Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Walz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with... go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. And without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive
Every
right now.
time I watch Donald Trump.
So Somalia's...
And I mean...
considered by many to be the worst country
I
on
watch
earth.
Donald Trump.
I don't know. I haven't
I always
been there.
ask
I won't be
myself,
there anytime soon. I hope.
How did this guy become the
what
president?
Somalia, what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable.
How is it possible?
And a lot of it starts with the governor.
This
a lot
guy.
of it starts with Barack Hussein Obama, because that's when people started coming
How
in.
is it possible?
And
Next time it does a major announcement, we
you have
we
to
just
have
keep
people
it
come
to
in that
the
are going to love
question,
our
right?
country, cherish
Always,
our
at
country.
least,
They want to kiss our country goodnight. They talk
I
about
want
our
to ask
country.
this,
We want
genuinely
to pray
ask
for
this
our
question to
country.
you guys.
This is not the people living
If you
in
met
Minnesota.
Donald Trump and you
And
didn't know it was
she's a
Donald Trump,
disaster.
right?
She should not be, and,
And
her
you
friends
guys
shouldn't
went
be
to a
allowed.
dinner somewhere.
Frankly, they shouldn't even be allowed to be Congress
And you went to
people.
dinner
Okay?
somewhere.
They shouldn't
Someone
even
was
be
like, "Hey,
allowed
my friend,
to be Congress
my friend's
people,
gonna join."
because they don't represent the interests
this
of
guy
our
ca-
country. Anybody else?
This guy came with a half a FaceTime.
The
right?
automakers
And spoke
spent
like
billions
this.
on meeting the Biden EV
You would question your
rules.
relationship
Should they
with
be able
that.
to recoup that somehow, given the change? And there's a question
I'm
about
not
the
doing it. No.
You'd be like,
I'm
you
not
know, like,
letting them recoup. They're going to do just fine. You know how they recoup?
do I even know
From
you,
this
bro?
point forward, they'll do very well.
Can you also talk about the USMCA and what you're thinking about renegotiating that with the automakers?
Well,
And then the next day you find out
an
this guy's the
ongoing
leader
thing.
of the
It
most
expires in
powerful
about a
economy
year.
and country in the world.
And we'll either let it
You'd be
expire
like,
or
okay,
we'll
we're
maybe
doomed.
work out another deal with Mexico and Canada. But look, Mexico and Canada have taken advantage of the United States, like just about every other country, in all fairness. It's not them, I'm not blaming them. But every country, because we had stupid people running our country. We had a lot of stupid people running. That's why we have $38 trillion in debt. But the beautiful thing about the tariffs is we'll start paying off that debt. The money coming in, they're finding money in our country now that they never knew existed. The other day, $30 billion. Where did it come from? I said, why don't you check the tariff shelf? They said, sir, that tariff hasn't started yet. It doesn't start till January. I said, no, it started 2 months ago.
It's
They go
hurting my
back,
brain.
Sir, you're right. It was from tariffs. No, we have a whole different country. I hope the Supreme Court, I pray that the Supreme Court
It was under the bed.
understands the importance
They were
of
like,
the sensible, really, I mean, this would be country threatening if
And he
something
was
happened
like-
with regard to that. You know, the people that brought that case
It's
are
just-
bad people.
look
They're
at the
very bad
tar-
people. They hate our country.
look at the tariffs.
They
And were
represent
like,
foreign countries.
But those tariffs haven't
including
started
China.
yet.
But they
And he was
represent,
like, no,
and
no,
China's paying us a lot of money now in tariffs.
Look closer. And
They
he was like,
represent
oh,
people that
yeah.
really don't like our country much.
Oh,
And I know
yeah.
some of them, and they're scum. In
That
my
money
opinion,
is
they're
from the
scum.
tariffs that hasn't started
They're
yet.
absolute scum.
How could
And
I have missed
they're
this?
Not suing
The,
for any
the
good
most
reason. They're just
intelligent
suing to see if they
person
can stop it
I've
because
ever met in my
they
whole
make
life.
money if this country
Only
does
someone
badly.
of this
You know?
stature
But we're
would be
taking
able
in
to
trillions of dollars. We're stopping wars. We have great national security because of tariffs. And then to think that we have to
hurting my
even
brain, man.
go and justify this. The reason a
There
lot
must
of
be
these people,
resources
I
just
can tell you
standing over
this,
now.
maybe we would have had the political people, we wouldn't have these people without
True.
tariffs. The people
You know,
that
they've
are up here
removed
from
in the past, they
Stellantis,
used to have
Ford, and General
multi-angles
Motors,
of these.
great
and it's only
companies,
now one
including
angle
this
they're allowed
gentleman,
to have
they wouldn't be here
because there were
today
people
if we didn't have
doing
tariffs.
videos about
They'd be
watching the
building
people
their
behind them
plants
to
in
see their
Mexico and
reactions.
other places. They're leaving Mexico and they're leaving Canada. They're leaving because they ripped off our country. They took our businesses
Because
away
one
from
guy
us.
was caught steeping.
And now
once.
because of tariffs, they're all coming back. So it's a great thing. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, you call Somalians garbage. But about
You call-
thank you, Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Well, that was completely worth it. It's not every day you could come across it's not every day you could come across the sheer I don't even know how to describe what we just watched. I think one way you could describe it is that it's a circle, and it's what everyone goes to on a daily, every day, and that's where you earn money. It's a circle, and it's where you go for work. That's definitely what I just watched right now. Most definitely, that's what we just watched. Okay, now a few things. Two things I want to cover. We're looking at well, it's one big group, that's for sure. Currently, on the lower time frames, we're looking pretty good. The one that's really important to me right now is the 4 hour, and the 4 hour is just if we can hold this and close the 4 hour, and more importantly, the daily above that level, we should see a nice little move. Actually, let me just look at this one thing there. That total market cap. All right, look, I'll leave you this and I'm going to show you two more things. First things first, I'll show you, 1 second. That worked. Let's try that again. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Watch. Let's play that a little bit cleaner. Watch the reaction of 3.5 trillion. Watch that reaction, right? It's going to be very, very important, that reaction. I would be very cautious about, I think we might go into the 3.15 on the day, which will be watch the reaction of the of this level on the total market cap. We'll see what this does. I would be very cautious. We could see a retest of this level here again. Rejection of that. Watch at 3.15. Now, did everyone look at DOMA? Right? Let me just show you something. Did anyone look at DOMA the other day? Because there is something that's launching, right? If you guys missed the one of the what is it called? One of the domains being launched where you could buy fractionalized ownership of it. I already took the previous one, and I'm going to be doing this one as well. If you guys check it out, brag.com, brag.com, is going to be released on their platform. By the way, if you want to check out what DOMA XYZ is that it gives you the opportunity to have fractionalized ownership of domain names, right? And the one that's being released on the 9th of December, so in a few days' time, is going to be called brag.com. And the last launch that happened, the market cap came out at around, I mean, the value was around 250,000. It's gone up to about 320 now. So I'm doing pretty well on that stuff. So I would highly recommend you guys go and check this out. It's not even a token you're looking at. It's looking at in essence, a way of the future. This is the only company that does something like this. It's a really interesting thing. I would recommend you look at least try and understand what this is. Do you have a prediction on where the total market cap can go in the full bull run? I think it's impossible to tell that. Anyone that says that to you, no one will know. We play it level by level until we get confirmation of key levels being sorted out. So check out doma.com, DOMA.xyz, right? And you will be able to be there for the launch of that domain, and it gives you this ability to have fractionalized ownership of it. You can stake it, you can sell it, you can trade it. It becomes a real cool thing to do. Now, the last thing I would say you guys should definitely look at, right? And I don't know, and I'm just going to be very cautious with this, right? Please, 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 please. Be very cautious about what I'm going to show you. And it's the last thing I'm going to show you, and then I will head off from there. All right? People in the pro group and also the thing have already understood this. I'm just going to show you this, right? Be very careful. Please be very careful with this, right? Do not, and I'm telling you now, and maybe I shouldn't do this actually. I'll show it anyway. Look. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to count to 10 and then take it away, right? Count to 10. And take it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is all I'm going to say. And now I'm removing it. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm not saying anything like this. Do not say anything to me. All right? All right? All right. Okay, cool. I'll just leave it there. I don't see... what's the... How'd you not see it? It's there. It's on the screen. Pause it. Go back and do that. All right, guys, look. I will leave you just with this point here. Make sure you check this out. Let me just have a quick go through what's happening here. All right, let's see. It looks like it's gonna go down. We'll see. See what USDT dominance is doing. Let's get rid of all this crap. Okay, it's doing exactly as I said, perfectly. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I will say this, look. Humble opinion here. Humble opinion here is watch the 5.8. Yeah, watch the 5.8 on USDT dominance. That bounce there will cause a lot of problems on the other side. I'm not saying anything about anything. Right? I ain't saying nothing. All right. That's going to find support. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin dominance doesn't tap. It doesn't tap that. Doesn't tap that. That's what she said. Ah, man, I've been waiting to say that for ages. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just looking at gold is also looking like it's going to run. If gold reclaims the 4,240. Oh, man. Things are looking... Whoa, look at that breakdown of the DXY. Yo, man, I predicted that perfectly. Yo, that's awesome. That's really good. That's the first pillar to go. That is a great sign. It's weird. I'm just saying it's a great sign for the deterioration of the dollar. Yay. This is coming down as well. That's great. We just need this to break this low level of the 3.89, 3.9 area. Yeah. Again, oh man, I'm really worried. I'm really worried about. 1 second. Are you still bullish or bearish? I would say be very cautious overnight. Be very cautious overnight. That's all I'm going to say. Be very cautious overnight. Watch USDT dominance, the reaction of this point, and also watch the reaction of the 3.15 trillion of the total market cap. Those two things are going to be very key, right? If you guys are in any type of trades overnight, make sure your stop losses are set. Please, I beg you. I beg you. Make sure that's set. Yeah. All right, guys. Look, appreciation level, that kind of stuff. I'll get going. Even though a few people reported my live, which was nice. It was very kind of everyone to do that. It's very. It's a humbling feeling when people come to my live and go, you know what, I'm gonna report this guy, and then we can go from there. All right. I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna say love you and leave you to all the people on TikTok and everyone else on the lives and everything else. I'll come to you in a second. I'm gonna tell you guys something like that. That's why I always say go to here or here, and also follow me on the other stuff as well. It's really important. All right, okay, I'll take you guys here. Okay, that's that. All right, that's that. Now, to all you guys on the other on YouTube and X, if you are interested in what I showed you, make it known on my X, right? You guys or people on X or anything, just make it known here. Just write underneath this video, let me know about the CA, and I'll drop the CA there, and you guys can go from that moment. Yeah. I would appreciate it if more people could retweet it next time. It's amazing. We've got about 450 people on there. It's great. I appreciate you all being here. And yeah, and we will go from there. All right. If you guys want to know it, tell me there. If not, going out. But I will say I hold zero responsibility from what will happen. These are all your own things. It's what I'm doing. I want you to be careful about what happens with all of your funds. All right. Appreciate it. Take care. And I'll catch you guys.